Hello, YouTube. This is IER, your info entertainment reviews channel. Everybody, thank you and welcome to IER. It is June 22nd, 2016. You are looking currently at Banner Del Webb Hospital. This is today's quick topic here on IER. Later on, I will be uploading a lot more. Now, this is for elder folks and as well for babies and all you families out there. Rather, to all of you, if you already live here in Arizona, if you live in Sun City, Surprise, El Mirage, or anywhere near Del Webb Banner, there is a big problem and a big warning that I personally must let out to let all of you know so you don't make a mistake or put any of your elders or any of your family members at a risk that you do not know about. So again, rather if you come to visit Arizona and something happens, or you already live here in Arizona and you need a good hospital, well, one thing to mention, you guys, right here, you're looking at Banner Del Webb Hospital. This is out in Sun City. You see the address listed below. Now, this hospital has gotten away with so much, and this hospital, as I hate to say, they have killed more people than any hospital known in Arizona. There's been many lawsuits, you folks, filed against Banner Del Webb. Some people have won, and believe it or not, some people have lost as being at the hospital, and their high rates and their attorneys have gotten actually away with some of the cases. For one instance to bring up to you folks, here's a situation our family went in. I'm the grandson, father, which is the mother. She had an incident where she got very ill, and what happened, she went to this hospital. We thought they were pretty good. The care was well until she got there. Believe it or not, the first couple days there, there was a lot of complaints from my grandmother, which is my father's mother, and we got a phone call from her because of the negligence that was happening. And believe it or not, they, not knowing that we didn't know, personally us, we didn't know she had double pneumonia at the time. So that's the reason why she went in the first place, so they could find out why she's sick, what is going on. Now, you guys, they released her out of this hospital. They misdiagnosed her. That same day she came home, we called ambulance because she almost died here at the home because of this hospital's mistake. She was diagnosed with double pneumonia, and there was another situation. Believe it or not, we actually requested transportation to John C. Lincoln Hospital, as John C. Lincoln Hospital, I have to say, is fairly one of the best hospitals. There has been some situations, but they always get taken care of. And here at Del Webb, because they're so just out of place, they misdiagnosed her, sent her home saying that she was fine. Because of their mistake, we almost lost her. Now, there was another incident that happened again here at the home. She ended up having to go to this hospital again, sadly. You guys, folks, after a couple days again being in this hospital, they're just pumping her IVs. They left her in her urine, and they left her in her feces for many hours as she was asking for help. And there's so many damn nurses around here, and those nurses that just sit their butts on a desk doing nothing. Nobody came to her help. She couldn't get up. She was stuck in bed while there was another patient next to her in that same room that had to inhale the feces smell and the smell of the urine, as the urine and the feces were being absorbed by the bed and the blankets surrounded her. And sadly, at the last moment, after hours of being left in this, now mind you, this is a 92-year-old woman who expects the best from nurses, as you're hired to do this job. You do know it's not an easy job. You want to be a nurse, you want to be a doctor, you do expect what's to come. And hey, you're a doctor for a reason. You're a nurse for a reason. You have this job for a reason because you want to help people. This is not the case here. After many, many hours being left in the urine and the stench that you could smell from walking off of the elevator, and people, the nurses inside sitting down like nothing is going on, you guys. We smelt it. It was horrible, and we found out where it came from. They actually fed her food in that bed while left in this feces and urine, and let her eat her food while in this condition. They fed her food and left her this way. And sadly, for the patient next to her, had to deal and go and put up with everything because of the smell. And this was so unsanitary. Nobody did nothing about it. We spoke to the director, and there was nothing done, people. And we're not the first that this has happened to. And we just recently had an incident just recently the other day, as she got very sick. And as we say, she I don't care what happens, request, she gets transported to John C. Lincoln Hospital. It's far from where we live, but again, that's the only hospital that really takes care of their patients. And very rarely do incidents occur. When they do occur, they get taken care of. Fortunately, right now, we just had an incident that is pretty much an evaluation, and we are getting an attorney due to them basically giving her a virus during her stay in the hospital. And that will be something I talk to you folks next about. But this is just to let all of you know, anybody who lives in the Phoenix area, whether you take care of your elder or it's you personally, your child, your grandchild, it doesn't matter. No matter what, for any situation, or if you have to be provided through an ambulance, you make sure you request to go either to John C. Lincoln Hospital or request to go to another hospital that is not Del Webb Hospital. This hospital has killed more people than anything else. People I speak to within the area, when I talk about Del Webb, you will not believe almost every single person's story that I have heard that's just mild to complete devastating, arm-chilling stories. And it's sad because some people have lost members, never received any compensation. And you know what? Sometimes compensation, there's not enough compensation to pay for such an injury or wrongful neglect because of this hospital. And I'll tell you right now, the service is bad. There are good doctors in here, but because of the sadness that the lack of care from all these other doctors, this hospital literally has almost an F rating. So just something I wanted to bring here to you here on IER Info Entertainment Reviews. And again, this is coming from a family of us who has experienced exactly what many others have experienced. There's been children that have died at this hospital from being misdiagnosed. There's been medications given to patients that not knowingly were basically, the patients didn't need the medications and it resulted into serious conditions. So it's just a warning to put out there for you folks. And like I said, whether if you live in Arizona or you're coming here to visit Arizona and you're staying in El Mirage, Sun City, Surprise, Arizona area, if you're staying around the area or you live within the area, you guys, I highly recommend not to go to this hospital. And anyone else that has had a situation, I already know you would certainly agree where I'm coming from on this. And those who do not know, I'll tell you one thing right now. If you end up in a situation you're ill or something just had happened and you need a hospital, before you make the mistake going here to 14502 Banner Del Webb Medical Emergency, make sure you make the right decision. And otherwise, you're just putting yourself or your loved one more at risk. And if you love your family member that much, I'm very much so you wouldn't let this happen as well. So you heard it from me. It's heard from many else. You can look it up on Google. There's been tons of lawsuits, tons of complaints. And like I said, when our situation finally came up, it was horrifying. And at the time, we had nowhere to go. And apparently, sadly, we didn't have no help. So at this time, I have to say, this hospital got away with negligence and abuse, and almost resulting into a loss of a family member. So again, you guys, this is just a warning for all of you out there. Just for your safety, be very, very cautious before you step foot or enter Banner Del Webb. So this is very real, and it's just something I wanted to bring up to you here on Info Entertainment Reviews to get your attention and get the word out, because we don't need no more things happening to anybody else. So you guys, love your family, love who you have, and if you very much dare love them so much, then you will do what it takes to have them go to another hospital that will do what they do. And one hospital I do recommend is John C. Lincoln. Not everybody's perfect, but John C. Lincoln Hospital does receive more patients, and there's patients that will actually drive a distance to go there versus any other hospital around here in Phoenix. There's been patients living on our side of town who chose to go to John C. Lincoln versus Del Webb because of the situations. So again, there's more lives lost at Del Webb than anywhere else at any hospital. Folks, be safe. Thank you for viewing IER. Please feel free, if you like, subscribe, thumbs me up if you enjoyed this, and please don't forget to share. As being a subscriber, you will always be updated on what comes here on Info Entertainment Reviews. Much love. I'm out. Keep your heads up high, feet grounded, and don't forget to stay safe.